We're here today with two of our most recent graduates of the seminary, and they are doctoral ministry graduates. We just want to kind of pick your brain a little bit about the program and find out what your experience was like and how God is going to use the doctoral ministry program and the training you received here at Faith.
I had to realize that a man at my age could very easily start coasting in the classroom and just relying on past experience and that margin of experience, above the students to carry me through.
Even in pastoral ministry, you're always learning. And I learned about the Doctor of Ministry program at about the same time my boys were finishing high school. And we homeschool, and so their education was coming to a close, and I heard that Faith was going to be offering a Doctor of Ministry program, and I realized that if I was going to further my education, that would be the best time to do it. I wasn't going to be getting any younger. The things that we discussed in seminary 20-some years ago, there's been a lot of development in those areas, and some areas that weren't being talked about back then are now being brought to the forefront. And I looked at it as an opportunity to sharpen what tools I had, to be the best use of them for the future, and to gain any other tools that might be necessary for the rest of my ministry life.
So if we look at even just the D.Min goals that we have for the program, one of them is kind of academic, which I think kind of scratches that biblical, theological, and dimension. And so all of the classes are supposed to have a biblical, theological component to them in academic and push you guys academically. One of them is ministry skills development, and I think you guys have both been talking about that it helped enhance your ministry. So it helped to do something, maybe a project or something that you're already involved with, but it actually gave you the opportunity to develop that and actually enhance what you're doing in your ministry currently. But here's the third component. It's spiritual development.
Absolutely. The tendency for a professor, for a pastor, is to look out at what's in front of you and say, well, if push came to shove, I can hold my own in any given situation. Mm-hmm. And the Bible has a really unique term for that called pride. Yeah, and so the Bible deals with pride pretty carefully, and it forces you to be humble enough to admit, I don't have the answers. Mm-hmm. I don't know the answer. I'm not sure I even understand the question.
We have kind of a hybrid program here. It's like there's some online classes, there's some modules on campus. And I think even since you guys started the program, we've actually added where people can take the classes non-residentially. They can actually take them online, contemporaneous with the class taking place. The cohort approach is where you kind of go in with a group of guys, and that forms a cohort, and then you take those classes together, and you're kind of in the trenches together. I hope that you've developed some friendships and relationships in ministry that maybe you weren't there before.
If ministry is about relationships, and if the program is about furthering you to be prepared for ministry, be prepared to come and rub shoulders and rub lives with the other folks in your cohort.
So we talked about the cohort approach. I thought also might be helpful to maybe talk about, we have kind of a hybrid program here. It's like there's some online classes, there's some modules on campus. And I think even since you guys started the program, we've actually added where people can take the classes non-residentially. They can actually take them online, contemporaneous with the class taking place. Did you guys think the format and the way the scheduling of the classes worked out, was that helpful, convenient to you? Did it work in your schedules, being busy in ministry?
I'm not sure that anything is ever convenient, but if you wait for something to be convenient, you'll never get it done. Yeah. Class work was intense, and necessarily so, but it was nothing that was so overwhelming that you didn't feel that you couldn't handle it.
Another thing that is unique about Faith's D.Min program is that 2 of your courses are actually designed to help you, assist you to actually get work done on your projects.
Yes.
And I think that's unique. Most programs, you just kind of finish your coursework and you're kind of on your own, but we're trying to help our students take steps to finish and get some work done on that.
The wonderful thing that I've learned is that God writes the best stories. And if I give him the pen, he writes really wonderful scripts that I get to live out. I think that I have done my best to be as prepared and ready for whatever he writes in the next chapter.
Well, yeah, I've really enjoyed our time together. And I think I really appreciate you taking some time out of your day and life to be able to do this interview. Just want to congratulate you on graduating and congratulate you on reaching this milestone.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.